Well, hello, my name is David Tingstad. I'm the Business and Mergers and Acquisition Group Leader at Beresford Booth. It's my privilege to present today's Beresford Booth webinar on EBITDA. And EBITDA, while it's an accounting concept, is used all the time in M&A transactions, and it's critical for you to understand how EBITDA impacts the value of a business, whether you're buying or selling. And certainly we as lawyers need to have an understanding of it as well. And so I've put together a little presentation to help us understand EBITDA and how it impacts your business valuation. So with that, I am going to share my screen with any luck and click and get out of the way. How does EBITDA establish business value in Washington? And the answer is EBITDA does not do it by itself. EBITDA works with a multiple to determine what your business valuation and value sometimes referred to as enterprise value. You can think of it as sale price or purchase price. And you arrive at that value by multiplying your EBITDA by some multiple. So you can tell that both the how you determine EBITDA, and the higher the EBITDA, the more valuable a business is, and the higher the multiple, the better a business valuation is. So EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So think of net earnings. So you take all the gross income minus the expenses, and that's your basic earnings. But then you have to take out interest, depreciation, and amortization as well, because what's really going on is you're trying to determine what the EBITDA will be, or what earnings will be in the hands of a buyer. That buyer will have different interest, it will have different taxes, it will have different depreciation, and it will have different amortization. So that's why you take those things out. And so there are some additional things that get added back in to earnings, or EBITDA goes up for things like one-time expenses, things that aren't going to happen over and over again. So if there's a one-time litigation settlement, or there's some restructuring, or a flood that occurred that's not expected to recur again, those expenses would get added back in. To the extent that owner compensation is above market, because again, when the buyer comes in, they're going to have different management that it's going to be paid based on fair market value. So that will get added back in. Certain non-cash expenses, for example, if you distribute some stock or stock options that may or may not be expenses, those will get added back in. So pretty much any charges not affecting cash flow. Similarly, one-time employee termination. So if you paid a severance payment to an employee in exchange for a release, or paid a large bonus that you're not going to be paying again. Basically, anything that's an extraordinary expense is going to get added back in. Similarly, what will be taken out from EBITDA will be other types of income, like asset sales that are not going to recur, non-operating income, some kind of related party revenue that's, again, not going to come in again, or if there were some accounting adjustments. So the process of removing and adding back in is typically done through what's called a quality of earnings uh, study, and your accountant will work you through that. So you're still wondering how EBITDA helps you establish the value of your business, because you only have half of the equation. You still need to understand the multiple. So the multiple, the higher the multiple, the higher your business value. So If you have very low EBITDA, you're going to need a really high multiple to get you to the number that you're looking for. So the best way to make more money with the sale of your business is to have higher EBITDA, but also to have a higher multiple. And this is where the art of evaluating businesses comes in, because what is really being purchased here is that stream of income, and the multiple is frequently tied to how certain that stream of income is going to continue. So, for example, if your business had 80% of its business tied up with one customer, the risk of that net income continuing will substantially decline, because if that customer goes away, so too does the revenue from that company. On the other hand, if you have your income spread across hundreds of customers, it's more likely that that net income will continue, and as a result, your EBITDA will be higher. Also, the industry that you're in, or the length of time that you've been in business, all of these things go into the establishing the multiple. And this is one of the things that business appraisers are quite adept at determining, because they also look at multiples from similar business sales, and no one business is the same as the other, but they're going to look at similar ones. So some practical considerations that you should think about as you look at your EBITDA and determining your business value. I would encourage you and your accountant perhaps to do your own quality of earnings study, so you can make any adjustments ahead of time before you start thinking about the market. And you will be surprised that how much you will learn through that process. And similarly, you may want to have your business actually appraised to see what a business appraiser thinks the a multiple might be, and what adjustments the appraiser is looking at. So we work in this area a ton. This is the sandbox that we get to play in. If you're considering buying or selling a business, strongly encourage, whether you talk to us or other good counsel, strongly encourage you to chat with lawyers who understand and speak the language of accounting and business valuations, because you'll get a bigger bang for your buck. You'll get a better multiple. Your EBITDA will go up, and who knows? Even if you don't sell your business, perhaps you can run it better by sitting down and talking to good counsel, and we'd be pleased to help you with that. That's today's presentation on EBITDA, and my name is David Tingstad, and you can contact me here. And we would love to help you, and our M&A group would be pleased to work with you. So hope you have a great day, and look forward to working with you.